Right, yes, so we haven't done this since the middle of December, so it's been a month. So we'll see if I can remember what corners are. And how to, are you in, what, are you in the BF1?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I was going to have a quick look down the list of new cars after I've got my headset on, which went flat because I let it on over Christmas. Plugged in, but plugged into the computer, which was obviously turned off. So I've got the 100% indicator up. That was gone. I have still yet to work out how to turn on my headset. Genuinely. I just press the button till it goes off, and then turn it on. Ah. Now something's dirty. Let's assume it's the lenses. Oh, hello, cat.
Check on tea.
Check. Working.
Thanks.
Get some of the sound on. The sound setup is as usual, echoey but working.
Okay.
Preloading the ginger today.
Preloading the what, sorry?
Ginger.
Yes, I am. I've eaten too much. No, I already have. We had dinner planned, and we got a roast dinner from a local place. We didn't get 2 roast dinners. We got 1 roast dinner and 1 pizza. So I've had half pizza, half roast dinner, and then dinner. So
sounds good.
That's mildly regretful, but we'll see. Right, I'm just gonna pop my headset on. So I spent a bit of time with a friend over Christmas who just got a Quest 2, and I'm like, right, pass it here. So turn on control hand tracking in the menus. Turned on downloaded Elixir.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I feel there's an awful lot more mods than there were. Doesn't mean any of them are better. At least I can sort them by rating. For some reason, like the 5th highest rated game is the truck. Oh, they've got the Porsche 9. Hello, cat. Porsche 911, I think it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to ignore the sort by rating because it looks like what people thumbs up is ridiculous. Like the lawnmower. And there's no way for me to favourite them. That's also stupid as well. There's no way to search.
There is a way to search.
Oh, no, I take it back, sorry. But when I click on it, it doesn't pop up the keyboard, so let's just stick with there's no way to search, because there's basically no way to search. Oh, there's a whole bunch of different buses, though. Right, I'm going to try this one. I'm just going to Oh no, that is a... I know what I forgot to do. I knew there was something. I forgot to turn on my steering wheel, I think. No? For some unknown reason, my steering wheel has no lights on it. Or movement. Don't know why. Let's turn that off. That's on. The steering wheel should... And we can't blame PCs in this case. Oh, there's something I forgot to turn on. Is that doing it now? No? Because of course everything's cabled into the rig, so it's not like I can just easily track the cables back. There's one cable for everything. And that one cable does the mouse cursor, which definitely works, and the keyboard, which definitely works. Apparently I decided not to colour code this.
Hello.
Hey Andy, how you doing, man?
I'm not bad. I'm in a room with a running 3D printer at the moment, so please let me know if that's coming through.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope.
That's right.
Well, if you got Crisp on, it won't. Crisp is amazing.
I don't know if I do or don't.
Well, you should do.
I don't even think it was an option last I checked.
Okay, so for reasons unknown, my steering wheel does not think it's plugged in.
Because it wants to be in a different USB port.
No, because I had to turn it off and on again on the... I've got a hub here, hidden away, and I turned it off and on again, and now it's fine. This is, Windows always takes, but I think I may need to restart Live for Speed, which doesn't appear to have picked that up. Controls... Oh, then I just hit refresh? Yeah. Okay. So if this vehicle isn't terrible, I think this is going to be a good starting vehicle for the evening, which I believe is new. And unlike the majority of vehicles we've tried, this one's quite nicely modelled, which is a bit of a first. I see Andy has immediately chosen a monster truck, given the name.
I didn't actually see what...
Goliath 4x4.
Oh, that... Oh, that is the wrong way around the track. I think this might be the Cybertruck.
What car are we using?
Well, let me just see if it well, I mean, you can grab it. I am driving the Zombie 64002. Oh!
I don't know anything about this mod system. What do we do?
Go to garage, go to mods, just type Zomb.
Oh, the VW camper van.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called Zombie. Oh, this is oh, this is going to be horrible. Wait, did you not do the bus racing with us, Si?
No.
Oh, the bus racing is amazing. Like, the bus is truly brilliant fun. Way more fun. Actually, this isn't too bad either. Say there's Zom something or other. And we've got some V8s with really nice sounds as well.
Search. There's a way to bring up the keyboard.
Yes, it doesn't. And unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a way I can force you into my vehicle. I can just... there's a nice man that keeps joining us. I've forgotten his name, I apologise. And he said you can just get admins to type it. I'm like, right, great, until all the admins are in VR, and then it doesn't work, does it?
Was it Ducky or...
Ducky, yes, that was the guy. The only thing is, this is a real microbus seating position, and I really want to move the seat forwards. I am so far back from the steering wheel. It's not pleasant.
What's the code to force a vehicle? Because I'm not in VR, so I could actually do it while I'm around for a little bit.
No, you have to type in... Well, first of all, I have to make you an admin, which is fine, and then you have to type in /car zomb -64 tilde 002. But it's too much of a pain in the arse to really do.
Got it.
Again, it looks like they've implemented the mod system and it works. Now they need to really, really, really redo the UI, because it's now just a list of about 100 cars. I don't know if you saw the list I put in Discord, but there's a lot of modded cars now.
Yeah, I'm typing Zom into the search, not getting anything.
Have you got all mods or just approved mods?
No, exactly. Well done.
You think
right.
You think if you search for something with a filter, it would say no hits found, brackets 83 hits found without filter?
Yeah, PokerStars VR does that really well, because you can have loads of toggles for like only show tables with friends in, only show low stakes, and it will tell you the search results, and then it will say in brackets how many are hidden by your filter.
That's
great.
That's exactly how it should be. No, I mean, this is my biggest complaint about, well, let's say Icarus. Like, the whole metagame concept of the timed prospects, it's really clever and it works really well, but it's explained appallingly, and the UI is awful. So we have this thing with this little tracker with little dots in it, and sometimes they're full and sometimes they're not. And we think that's people we were on the prospect with who have or haven't received their rewards. But I don't know. So it's the innovative thing about the game they haven't explained at all anywhere. To the point where over Christmas they resurrected 66,000 people who had died and not understood the permadeath thing. They gave them all back. So it's very odd. So I've been playing Kingdom 2 Lands, and that game's got no UI at all, literally zero, and it's a bit. Could you please put some in, because I could really do with some.
I almost couldn't get up to 50 coming out of the pit lane.
So in Kingdoms New Lands, to give you an idea of the lack of UI, according to the wiki, if there is a blood moon and an attack happens, you don't know which side it is unless you've got a dog, and when the dog barks, you have to look at the dog and see which way the dog is facing, and that's how you know which side of your base to run to. I'm like, you have got to be joking me. I don't understand why anyone would program that and go, that's brilliant, and then leave it.
Oh no, there's no racing line for this vehicle.
Nope. No, most of the modded cars don't.
Shit. I'm going to be going off. I'm going to go in the wrong direction all the time.
We are now in time trial mode.
Oh, thank you. But I beat 1 minute lap time, so there's your goal. Hey, Elias.
Is this the bus that you are saying is really fun?
No, the bus it's a bus. I mean,
literal bus.
It's a bus. It's a not double decker. It's like a city bus. I just need to, just before we give me 2 seconds. I just want to check that my vibration unit is on, because I don't think it is. Sometimes all I have to do is go and click test a few times, and then it starts working. Okay, so race 5 laps.
It's a lot bigger than I was expecting.
No wind, no qualify, and
this is the same track.
Same track, same vehicle, yeah. Just not in practice mode. There we go. And that's the important thing is, oopsie, we now have colours. Warning, rallycross car. And again, before anybody asks, because someone always does, watch setup, whatever the default is. So we're all using off-road tyres. And what is the other guy in? The random. Oh, he's in the right bus. My goodness me. Good job, sir.
They're watching the stream.
Maybe they're watching the stream. Maybe. Sitting on the start line with my foot planted just feels horrible. Oh, so I'm a member of the Yorkshire EV Owners Club. And
Yorkshire EV Owners Club.
Yorkshire EV Owners Club. Oh dear, that's definitely not a valid way of taking the corner. Oh, let me find my macro. And the guy, there was someone supposed to be interviewed on Monday by ITV about the good stuff about owning an EV, but he's got COVID, so he can't do it. So he's like, can anyone do this? So I have tentatively volunteered but I would probably have to lie because I've only had it like 3 weeks. So I'd have to be like, oh no, previously I had an i3 with range extender, it were that great.
Oh man, I really want to see like a YouTube video of you trying to put on a Yorkshire accent while explaining that you've had an electric vehicle way longer than you actually have.
Now, if I can do that and end up on national television, you know what? I think that would be a wonderful shape.
This guy's just smashing into me all the time.
What? More than what? Because he didn't. He kind of took the first corner and
No, he's just playing it like Wreckfest. He's just knocked me over.
well,
no.
feel
Sorry.
free to.
I will be.
Feel free to vote kick him. That's usually the best way of getting people to go. Which I think is under the N menu.
N menu. Okay. I'll probably just wait until he either starts behaving or fucks off.
This car was tastefully painted till I got hold of it. And I have to give up my my car next week for a week while they stop it being a tasteful colour. So I'll have to find something else to do for a week.
Oh, you actually managed to get someone to insure it wrapped?
Yes. Oh, no, the problem wasn't finding someone to insure it wrapped. The problem was trying to find someone who wasn't going to charge an awful lot more. That was the problem. But I found... so next year, I don't have to declare my accident anymore. So I won't be, obviously. And that will help my insurance premiums massively. So, yeah, I mean, that was the question. If I do this, should I put on Yorkshire accent? I'm like, oh,
I mean,
no.
yes.
Did you
But...
enjoy your picture? Go, oh, no, 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 no.
I don't know anybody who's from Yorkshire who sounds like that at all.
Having had an EV for a long time isn't a prerequisite, is it?
No, but obviously they'd be like, so how long have you had EV, lad? And I'd be like, oh, nearly 4 weeks now. What do you think of it? Is right, good. I'm really pleased I've got it. And you know, have you gone many long journeys? So I'm like, no, I went to Oxford and back, and it was fine. I just plugged it in a Tesla charger.
Sorry, is this one interview or like a tour of British Isles?
I don't know. I assume it's for the local news rather than national news, but it's just a bit they're doing on owning EVs. But yeah, I always think this, if I introduce someone, should I, just put on a French accent or something and to see how long before they twig it's not my actual voice. I mean, this isn't my actual voice. My actual voice is much more pirate. So, but I've got reasonably good at northern accent, and found myself dropping the definitive article.
Yeah, I was going to say dropping the. You've gone wrong already.
Dropping to definitive article. But
Right.
I'll be like, so what's for? I'll be like, so what's for dinner? And I mean, what's for lunch? So I started calling lunch dinner.
Yes.
No.
Do you have supper up there?
Well, this is the thing. At lunchtime, they have dinner. At dinner time, they have tea. And tea time is just a confusing thing the Queen does, apparently.
Some supper. When I used to visit my gran in Nottingham, which is obviously not Yorkshire.
That's right, up north, though.
We'd have supper after dinner because I'd be hungry.
Well, because dinner's at lunchtime. That'd be why. And supper, that's supper time. But yeah, I asked what tea time is in the light.
In your interview, just start every sentence with "when I were a lad."
Well, I used to have thermic car, of course, but now I drive electric. Oh, sorry, Eddie.
No.
I put it reverse and then checked over my shoulder. That was the wrong order. Mirror signal maneuver, I remember.
And they'd be like, when did you move from Lancaster?
I've lived here all my life, Malin boy.
You didn't really go, I don't think this guy's actually from Yorkshire.
my father...
And he drove off in a Subaru.
My father also drove milk float most of his life, so it's really in my blood.
Wait till you admit to them that you don't even have your EV because it's in the shop at the moment. They'll really start to suspect something.
Wow, the I don't even know how to describe what's happened to my car. I hit the wall really hard and it's crumpled, but not in a good way.
Dear.
Is there a good way to crumple a car?
Yes, by moving the vertices along the vector of the impact.
Oh, seriously. This guy needs kicking. He's just hitting me at every opportunity.
Well, he hasn't hit me yet.
Well, it's because he's not near to you, is he?
Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm in neutral. I put my foot down and went, oh, no, I'm totally stuck.
It's the scene now. You're going to do the entire stream attempting a Yorkshire accent.
I'll have you know, you're down south, you don't know what it's like up north. It's hard up here. Petrol is 83 pence a litre.
Oh, that is devastating.
What's a litre, Dad?
It's like a gallon, but smaller. The Europeans brought it. I reckon I could fool someone for a whole conversation, especially if they're not from, you know, anywhere. If they're from Spain, say.
You could fool someone who's never been to Yorkshire.
Absolutely. To be fair, Yorkshire is ridiculous. Yorkshire is so big it should be multiple counties. Literally, it is
It kind of
enormous. It's not. It's Yorkshire.
Well, it kind of is 3.
Yes, but sort of. But they're all called Yorkshire, so.
Ridings or something, aren't they?
There's West Yorkshire, East Yorkshire, or there's, as I call it, Warkshire, Orkshire, Sorkshire, and Norkshire. This isn't widely accepted.
I like Norkshire. That sounds fun.
I'm hoping it's gonna catch on. Do you remember who lived on Nork Way?
No.
Top Totty lived on Nork Way, and had no idea that.
Mandy.
Yes, but had no idea that Nork was a rude word for boobs. She couldn't get over why we were giggling. We were like, it really is a very rude word. Well, not very rude. It's not called like Flange Avenue or something.
Is flange a rude word?
Yeah. If I said I kicked her right in flange, that's very rude.
I mean, we use the word constantly at work because it actually means something.
Well, yes, but think of what a flange is, and then think about some lady anatomy that perhaps could be described as having a flange, and that's a flange.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Elbow?
No, not elbow. I mean, you don't know what a flange is what I'm taking away from this.
Piece of metal around the end of something where you can put some bolts. A bolt pattern.
Absolutely. You and I talk to the ladies very differently, and it seems, Andy.
Well, I don't usually mention flanges when I'm... either of the meanings, really.
The fuck is a samo flange now? Whoa!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
who did that?
What did
You
you
show
do?
yourself.
me, but I sideswiped you.
Shaka, I have a question. If I have equal right of road with someone, let's say Izzard, and I am giving him plenty of space by being tucked in, but I go up on 2 wheels, so therefore I have to steer at him or flip my car, is it okay to ram him?
Being on 2 cars doesn't give you special privileges.
No. So we have equal right of track, but if I do not swerve towards him, I'll flip my car and possibly hurt myself. Does that give me any special privileges?
No, do that.
No, because you're responsible for being on 2 wheels.
No, I'm not. That's physics doing that. Sorry, I'm just... For God's sake, I'm spinning.
You did get yourself into a situation where you'd lost control, though.
I hadn't lost control. I was merely suffering 50% as much traction as I had hoped for. I mean, I didn't hit anyone. I think he hit Schalke, and then it all went wrong. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, there were 3 of us going into the corner at the same time.
Oh, it's your fault. These are quite good, by the way. They're quite nice and forgiving to drive. They're a bit slidey, a bit floaty, but not bad at all to drive.
I think these are longer, so it's easier to get parallel with these.
Oh well, should we drive the mini limo next then?
Yeah. You'll be half a lap away shouting, significant overlap!
Remember, it's the shouting that's the important part. So did everyone have a good Christmas? I think I've caught up with most of you off and on. Did anyone get any particularly good gifts? I got socks, very happy with that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I hate getting socks
I fucking
so
love
much.
socks. I love them. The funny thing was, I got given 7 pairs of socks in a pack, and they're all gaming themed. And I got the exact same gift last year from somebody else. But I'm like, this is brilliant, because now there's literally double the chance I can find a matching pair of socks. And quite frankly, that's the sort of synergy I want in my life. I
got a pair of socks that say, one of them says elf on the sole and the other one says off. It's already 2 PM by the time I opened this. This is going to be a joke for the minimum number of hours possible. I won't remember them next year.
I got my nephew, because my nephew's 13, possibly 14. Apologies if I got it wrong. And I got him a joke present to see how gracious he was at accepting it, and surprisingly good. But I got him a Fortnite colouring book, which he actually thanked me for quite genuinely, until I'm like, just look in the middle, and I gave him a Steam gift card, which was his actual present. But next time I see him, I'll be like, have you coloured in the book I got you for your for Christmas? And he's like, oh.
In that accent?
Well, yeah, I'll try. I don't see you doing any better accents, Andy.
Oh man, my whole life is just a terrible accent.
You could try a Bath accent, because you lived in Bath.
I've lived in many places with accents, and I have acquired all of them at once.
But Bath, specifically Bath, surely. What is it? What's it locally? Oh, fuck it up. What's it called locally?
Somerset accent.
No, did they say Bath or Bath?
Apparently it's like an extended so it's Bath.
Oh. Are you from Bath? Look at his horse.
It'd be that sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the Hot Fuzz accent. Same again in this, or something sillier? I quite like that car, and if there was favourites, I would add it to my favourites.
The pits.
I found my keyboard now.
Tampon tunnel.
What?
I said tampon tunnel.
See? Again, that's rude.
Heard your voice there. What was the name of the car? I was like, what?
Okay, so please could you drive the UF1, and we shall just call it significant overlap. UF1 limo specifically. Oh wow, it goes quite quickly. Okay, this is particularly awesome in VR.
Has a pit speed limiter as well.
It does. And you can actually activate it. Are you in VR, Andy?
No, I still haven't set that up.
Oh, well, okay then. So, Izzard, when you get in the car, the UF1 limo, please check the rear view mirror and let me know what you think.
Okay. Just in menu colours.
Oh, there's things.
Yeah, you can't really. The thing is, I'm going to drive this like a normal Mini, and it's not.
If I click the stick, it looks behind me, so I have got the camera control set up. Ooh. Okay. Not take that corner.
That's a right hand, not a straight on.
Let's get into the daylight so I can see.
Gangway!
People. There's people in my limo. I can see them in the rearview mirror, actually.
I know, it's terrifying. Like they're just staring at you, judging. It's a shame they haven't got physics on their heads, so they're not bopping their heads around as you're doing stuff. Right, I see Adster hasn't quite got the this. It's not choose the best car you want, you silly fuck. Do you have a macro for that, Schalke? Please choose the same car, you silly fuck.
Let's do top layers now, happy days.
You're doing what, sorry?
Oh, I'm printing a set of, I suppose, like a whiteboard support thing for the desk. But I'm currently at nearly 9 hours of it running. I'm just starting to get to the top layers.
I mean, I will
normally like massive prints running anyway.
I will just kick him, by the way. I won't let him beat us all in the different car. Oh, wait.
We might have to restart them.
Wow, I'll bog that down.
Oh, God, restart because he just got the same car.
See, Andy, I don't have any sympathy for. I've just picked the fastest car. Like he just picked he picked the modern Impreza because it's a really, really fast car. So without any sort of what's everyone else driving, it's just this is the car I want to win in. So I don't have any sympathy for the last minute. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong car.
Chicane's gonna be fun.
I've got significant overlap, and I'm both before and after the corner simultaneously.
I'm in the corner now.
Oh, I didn't.
Schalke's getting squeezed.
I didn't see the Schalke. It's all right. Taking it wide.
Really unnerving. I'm gonna have to back out of this.
I'm not sure about my overtake maneuver, but I'm gonna give it the beans. Yes.
It's alright.
It wasn't. It was sketchy as anything, but I didn't hit anyone. And any overtake you can walk away from is a good overtake. Can I hit 70 miles? Yes. Can I hit 80 miles an hour? Yes. This thing has got power. How's its brakes? Not as good as its acceleration. How's its cornering? Not as good as its acceleration.
I would make the assumption this is a front-wheel drive car.
It's a Mini, so yeah. Can you imagine running the transmission trying to run all the way to the back?
I mean, it would be quite funny, but no.
Oh, there's finally a launch date on the ID Buzz. The 9th of March, and then that got walked back to a...
Oh, what happened, sir?
It's not a release. They will actually show the final design on that date. So, okay. It's still...
We're going to release the ID5 around the same period of time, so...
Which one's the 5 then?
It's the sportier... I think it's a sportier thing similar to the 4.
I've got the 4. The 4's big. What current Volkswagen would that be equivalent to?
Oh god, I don't know.
Because the 3 is equivalent to the Golf. The 4 is the equivalent to the Touareg, I think.
I'm not up on my cars, really.
I mean, Volkswagen don't really do any sporty vehicles apart from the Golf.
This car's got tinted glass as well.
Oh, dear. Oh, Adster has rolled it.
I'll have to do a search in a minute on that. I couldn't tell you.
Because, I mean, the Tesla's, to me, it's too big, but the 4 is enormous. Like, the ID4 is really, really big.
Did you drive the Kia EV6 when you were doing your runs in the end?
Yes, I did. Unfortunately,
that thing was massive.
Yeah, the thing is, I'd also driven a Model 3 Performance by that point, and I'm like, it's not very big, and it doesn't like me throwing it around roundabouts. I mean, I throw the Ioniq 5 around roundabouts. I mean, I came out with quite a skid and a bit of oversteer, you know, a little bit of not quite true to the road to see what it did, and it was, you know, that's when you realise it was a 2,200 kilo car. Going, I don't want you to do this. But EV6 was pretty good. The HUD was amazing. That HUD is.
I did like that. Yeah.
All cars should have HUDs. I'm amazed Tesla doesn't. It's so futuristic, and the EV6 one is especially brilliant.
Yeah, the ID3 I'm getting has got a heads-up display on it.
Have you got the what's it called? The ID line.
Yeah. What, the thing below the windscreen?
Yes.
Yes, they all have that.
That's genius. Again, wonderful UI improvement.
Yeah, apparently, like from what I've seen, if you've got navigation hooked up to it, it'll sort of like signal what direction you've got to turn.
Yep, and if you're charging, it fills up from left to right. You can see how much charge is in the car by how much the bar's filled up across the dash. It's really nice. It's very, very clever. And
I drove my dad's E-Nero in Lanzarote.
Oh yes, how's that?
Pretty dull.
No, Tesla just announced they're increasing the price of the self-driving package in the US to $12,000 because they've got a new one.
Double, isn't it?
Is it double?
I thought it was $6 grand originally, but I could be very wrong on that.
I haven't.
I could be thinking pounds to dollars rather than.
I haven't looked how much it is currently. It's in the UK. It's £6,400.
That might be what I was thinking.
Yeah.
$6 grand.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're increasing. So what has the new one is much better. So the new one can actually work out. There's not enough room for 2 cars, but I've got right of way. So previously it would always stop, and it would just sit there while like a dozen cars went past in the other direction. But it's apparently much improved. That car's quite fun as well. Let me see what else we've got.
I have no idea how Schalke got a sub-minute lap out of that.
Should we do the UF 1100T?
Mods.
So if you put the UF filter in previously, it should be dead easy to find.
Like a sporty mini.
Assume this one's cool. Color my brake calipers. Orange.
UF 1100T.
Yes. Oh my goodness me, the steering's very heavy on this. That's torque steer for you.
Whee! Oh my.
But I had to really fight the steering wheel.
You know that gift the other day that was in the chat with the guy sort of drifting and spinning it in a straight line?
Yes.
I feel you can definitely do that in this.
So that's the first time I've ever noticed that in this game. So the steering is really hot, stiff on this one. Really, really stiff. Careful of that. And whereas the last 2 cars have been very, very soft and fluffy with the steering.
I might have ruined my car doing that.
Well, it's okay. I shall join you in your broken carness. There.
Oh, it feels so fast.
It is. It's slightly faster. Okay. Well, Adster is still driving the mini limo.
Limo.
So, well done on paying attention.
Might not be in the stream.
I do have a button for that. I think it's... Ow! That one.
See, from where I'm currently sat, it looks just the same. I'm straight behind him.
It's okay, when you go to overtake your road, there's a whole lot more car. Maybe that should be our thing. This server's now just UF1 variants. Is your steering very heavy, Si, or does it feel the same?
Sorry.
I'm having to properly hold on now.
Yeah, it is quite stiff.
I gotta say, this is so much worse on the controller because it's really twitchy.
Oh, are you still not using a Steam controller?
Well, like a steering wheel.
No, a Steam controller.
I don't even own a Steam controller.
What?
Hey!
What happened?
Oh,
That was lag physics quite a lot.
No, I never saw the appeal of the Steam controller.
Gyro steering.
Ah, right. I never got on with that with the Switch, so I just sort of all the Wii.
But it does work for racing games, much better than a stick. I'd like to call on a Judy. So who lagged there as Schalke? Because from my point of view, I just overtook Si and then suddenly I was spinning in the wall. with a broken car.
Blue car was not jumping up to place it a little bit.
Stupid wireless internet, I don't know.
Couldn't figure out, like, what? Well, too hard to parse what was happening.
So I'm having to drive a car that does not want to go in a straight line, but I shall persevere. But yeah, it was, so Max was talking about getting an electric car, and I said to him, lease something for 3 years, definitely. Just don't even think about anything else. And in 3 years' time, the choice on the market will be enormous, and you'll be able to choose: do you want LFP or lithium air or iron air batteries? You know, there'll be so much more choice and options. And the infrastructure will well, I'd like to say the infrastructure will get better, but so if you look at the number of fast chargers that have been installed in the last year, nearly all of them are Teslas, like a large margin, and even Tesla is only installing something like 1 charger for every 50 cars sold in the UK, and they're doing a better job than everybody else, so it's getting worse every day, not better.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
I took Andy out.
I want to say that was your fault.
It's not my fault you can't keep your car upright. This car's awesome, by the way. It's kind of like the fast UF one, only even faster. But it's light enough, so if you stomp on the brakes, it comes back under control quite quickly.
Yeah, I do very much worry that the chargers are only going to get worse before they get better.
They will. EVs are outselling charge points so fast. Though a lot of councils are now doing charging from lampposts. So you scan a QR code and it unlocks the lamppost and you plug your car in overnight.
Really?
Yep. Lots of councils are beginning to do that. Beginning to. It's not there yet.
I reckon I'll be pretty much relying on granny charging for the most part. Although I have been keeping an eye on the like local spots, and they've actually been pretty clear where I'm at. But
yeah.
I'm definitely noticing more and more around.
I mean, you should be able to get an outside 32 amp socket without very much effort done. Like, genuinely easy to get that done.
It's cost and the fact I'm currently renting.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
You should be able to get a temporary one, and also it'd be yours and take it with you.
They have to wire it direct from the breaker in the house, don't they?
Yeah, but it depending on your setup, it can be done reasonably trivially. Plus, you said to your landlord, can I improve the electrics in your house and make it EV friendly ready? They'll probably go, yeah, that's great. Because there is was it £2,500? It adds the value of a house when you sell it. I think it was, if it's got a EV socket.
Yeah, right.
And then take it with you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You just unscrew it from the wall and just run off with it.
Get an electrician to do that.
Yeah. I think it's a whole other course to be qualified to install those. It's not cheap to be trained.
No, so part of it is when you install an EV charger, a smart one, you have to let the local council know you're doing it so they can balance the local grid and stuff. And I want to say it needs to be pen tested, I think it is. There are some things that need to happen that are a bit above and beyond, but it's about the same as installing a cooker, which is, again, a very high ampage device.
It's got to be properly earthed. You might have to have an earth rod driven into the ground.
I watched Big Clive's video on the electricity saver boxes you can get that you plug into a plug socket and it saves you electricity. And it's genuinely an LED light in a plug, and it doesn't save anything. And he worked out it will cost you about £60 a year if you leave it in and plugged on and plugged in.
Say, like if it was actually doing something for power factor, but even then they don't really charge you for that.
But he did say if you want, they're only like £3. If you buy one, they're actually quite a nice little plug, like moulded plug for your own electronics.
Oh, right. I've seen, not so much in the UK, but I've seen, like, stickers claiming to be, like, anti...
Oh, anti-5G, yeah.
Yeah, like, basically correcting your power supply, and it's literally just a label around the outside of the wire.
Yeah, I mean, Sony are obsessed with ferrous chokes. I don't know why, but everything Sony does, ferrous chokes everywhere. I am the best driver.
Oh, Schalke, why did you follow me?
All 3 of you drove off except me. Because I was...
had 2 wheels on the wire, on the grass so I can turn.
And do you know why I didn't drive off? Because I wasn't paying any attention to you people like I should have been. I was enjoying the cat and mouse then. Oops. Well, looks like it's about to start again.
Oh no.
Oh god, you're a lot closer than I thought.
I can see sideways triangles on the minimap.
I was... So, I did reverse into traffic then, but I was like, I'm so far ahead, there's no way that there's going to be a problem. I was wrong.
Are you and Schalke very close to each other?
Yes!
Yes.
Yes,
No.
contact even. I don't know who was at fault.
Schalke rammed me.
But,
I could have guessed he was about to, because he was making those nose noises.
Oh crap.
Oh!
Tires!
Flat spin.
Did the same thing.
Where are you?
Oh,
Oh, you're in my blind spot.
I should have straightened up, braked, and then
that's a very
continued my
squashed
turn.
mini.
Yeah.
Tampon Tunnel 69. I made this user account when I was 13. Oops.
To which you reply, I made mine when I was 9. Oh, did I post in chat about the thing that impressed me on Twitch, by the way?
The fact you're not forced to watch it? No. No, what was it?
The guy playing piano. I went specifically looking for musicians with low viewer counts, just to sort of have a bit of a chin wag.
What are you,
And,
Davey 501?
Is that the basis?
Yes. And he sometimes just joins. Sorry, I'll tell you about Dave 501 in a moment because he's similar thing.
Yeah. I know who you mean. Well, the thing is, like, I like joining people's streams on Twitch, but if it's a very high viewer count, your conversation just gets lost in the fast scrolling.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was the end of this guy's stream, and I could tell from his bio and what he's got on screen that his thing is basically live learning. So give him a song and he'll figure it out. Which I've seen people do, like, where they got the sheet music and they'll figure it out and have to keep going back a bit, and after a few minutes they've got it. Or even by hearing it, they can figure out a song, which is even more impressive. But what this guy was doing was on another level I've never seen before. Like, he was asking for suggestions, so I gave him a YouTube link to a song, and he'd never heard it.
Oh, wow.
It's one I know very well. He'd never heard it. And he then switched his audio over so that he was listening to Spotify, and we could hear his piano, and he just played it. And it was completely recognisable, very few bum notes, and the speed and tempo was pretty much spot on. And it was playing it like someone who had learnt the piece and was playing it for like the 5th or 6th time. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And I said to him, like, I've been on the internet like over 30 years, and that's one of the best things I've ever seen.
A friend of mine, guy who wrote with the Codemasters, was like that, but he'd just be like, I'd be like, oh, blah, 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 Top Gun, he goes, yeah, and he'd just go, and he'd take maybe one attempt just to remember how the song went, and then he'd just play it. He goes, I haven't played this in 30 years. Because he would just play music like I might twiddle my thumbs or tap my fingers
like
or
he
something.
could just,
like, wow.
Yeah, like the way you steer a car, he could just twiddle the music out of his fingers, yeah.
But yeah, Davey501 sometimes joins people's like low rate low view Twitch channels, and sometimes they're very good, like the people he's joined. But sometimes he does stuff like, "I'll give you $2,000 if you smash your guitar." Yeah, but in it, it's something like a $20 guitar, and he genuinely gives them the money. But it's brilliant because he's so famous now. People are like, "Are you Davey 5401?" He's like, "No." But yeah, I don't have any particular love for bass guitars, but his videos are brilliant. He's very good at what he does. And the bit where he'd send like snippets of bass licks to people on Fiverr and get them to copy it.
Yeah.
And sometimes he sends stuff
and then rate them.
And he's cheated. So he's got his girlfriend to hold some of the strings. So what he's asked them to do is impossible. And sometimes they do quite a good job on it, and he requires them to make a video of them doing it. And he says sometimes that these people are really, really good. And it's a fascinating and what's the word? Wholesome part of the internet. Oh, Adster's taking it a bit fast there. You'll join on empty.
My car just died.
Oh, those tires are heavier than my car. I did not smash through the tires. I went.
I think I hopped over the grass and it killed my car.
Yeah, this car stalls quite easily. You just need to start the car again.
Which was the start button?
I don't know. I think.
No.
It's just me and the Adster. Though he does seem a little bit aggressive and incautious, so I'm not too worried. Especially because I'm right up his ass.
No! Got excited.
This thing acts odd. When you try to put the power down on a corner, it sort of grips and lets go and grips and lets go. It's front-wheel drive.
So what have they actually changed? It's just got a bigger engine in it.
It's a better car than the normal souped-up UF1. It's got a sequential cut gearbox for starters, but it's got a little bit of aero, better suspension, more power.
I'm sure it's a lot lighter.
Possibly. It just drives better. Maybe it's got stickier tyres as well. Whoops-a-daisy. This was a terrible plan. Balls that up. Ah, it's okay. So did he.
We should try this one again, maybe.
I like these little cars. Like I say, if you start to go wrong, you can correct yourself, and the car will snap back into racing again. Whereas a heavy car, that's it. You're just going to just watch the car slide off the track. Like the Lotus mantra: remove weight and add lightness. All they needed was some quality control, and they would have gone on to a winner. Oh, bollocks, Ads is screwed up, and I have followed him into failure. And I'm trying to probably will in second. It's also turbocharged, so it's got a rubbish torque curve. No, lost it. Adster is going to win.
I kind of like having to resist rolling.
Well, you should always resist rolling.
Some cars are easy on this.
The curbs are quite mean on this track as well.
Well, the turbo builds really fast, so the effect is just like having a laggy accelerator.
Yes, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And I speak as someone who just was be out of the boost threshold, which is about 3,000 RPM or something. Which I was, and that's why I failed to pull away properly. Yes, this game is all right in 2D. This game is brilliant in VR. Ditto without the motion platform. It's the combination of motion platform and VR is just great in this game. Absolutely. Like in VR, I can check my wing mirrors, I can check my rear view mirrors, I can glance behind me.
Real mirrors.
Though I don't. Yeah, and they look like real mirrors.
That work
yes.
like mirrors.
Whereas lots of games, surprisingly, they don't. Which is like when you play Project Cars, you're like, oh, this looks brilliant. Oh, wow. What's wrong with the mirrors? Whereas this, partly because it's a much simpler game, DirectX 7 levels of graphic, you can render the mirrors properly, and it makes such a difference.
Ooh.
So yes, my car is going to Tesla tomorrow to get the USB sockets fitted. And I'm going to leave the batteries in the frunk, which hopefully should provide some minor amusement. Shauka!
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, this again.
It can't be that common.
Those are 3D printed, aren't they?
The middle bit's just a PVC plastic tube I bought for like £4 off the internet.
Right.
Rather than trying to 3D print something 6 inches across and 18 inches tall. Like, I could have done it, but I'm like, yeah, it's easier to buy it. But I designed and 3D printed the end caps myself. So you can put your finger in the pointy uppy bit of the anode, and because it's got holes, you can then pull the end of it off. And then I bought a car sticker that said my other car is a Tesla, cut off the bit that said my other car is, and then used that.
Oh! The hell? Stupid game.
I might just put the remaining part on my other car, so it just says my other car as a...
My other car is
My other
also a
car.
Tesla.
One thing that has surprised me is the amount of Tesla owners who are desperate to save a couple of quid. They're like, you know, which home charger should I get? And it's just like, buy the Tesla one. Oh, but this one's 30 quid cheaper. Like, it's a £60,000 car. Like, why are you quibbling over that? You know, where are the cheapest tyres I can buy? Do I have to get Tesla brakes? Can I get my own brakes added that are cheaper pads and stuff like that? It's...
Because it's a £60,000.
Yes. Now I remember people used to say, oh, you've got a Dragon Edition 2 laptop, you must be rich. I'm like, I was till I bought this laptop. Not so much anymore. But yeah, I should hit 2,000 miles by the end of next week, I think, in the car. So, which is quite impressive, and it's been absolutely lovely. Properly, genuinely wonderful. I have so few bad things to say about it.
Quite nice same.
Just not like me. I do have like a short list of things I don't like about it, but they start off with the reversing noise is rubbish. Like that's like the worst thing about the car. Because the ID3, the low speed noise is just amazing, and they've done such a good job. I bet you didn't even notice it, did you, Andy? See? He's stunned by the fact it's a good noise. Or he's gone. Oh, bugger. I spun a bit, so spun the steering wheel and managed to turn the ignition off while the steering wheel was spinning around.
Wow.
What? I'll let you on. Should your face?
Yeah. Quite small margins.
A miss is as good as a mile. Oh, on the last corner as well. Yes, though, loads of mods. I mean, the mods vary a lot. And it's the mod browser seriously needs some improvement. I'm hoping they add in. I mean, I could do with a car paint shader, which does seem like something they should have maybe added a long time ago. Really. So I'm hoping to see more improvements to the game. I know the new tyre model is still coming. Though, quite frankly, tyre model simulation is not that difficult. Really. So I'm surprised that's still ongoing.
How about the bike next?
I can't do bikes in VR or on a steering wheel. I've tried. So yeah, you have to balance the bikes. I can't. I've tried. It's just I don't think you can really on a steering wheel at all. You just can't spin it quickly enough. And at low speed you have to steer, and at high speed you have to counter steer. But not in VR, not on a steering wheel, and not on a motion platform. All apart from that, yeah, totes. Okay, so I'm just checking out the... Alright, so that one... So I'm going to do the Onibus VTR, not the Metro bus, because the Metro bus is 4 times the weight, so screw that. This one is surprisingly fun to drive. Like, oh, it's had an update.
What's the name?
Onibus, O-N-I-B-U-S. No pit speed limiter. All the glass is tinted. This is going to hurt the rendering, having turned the whole thing twice. So it accelerates quite well, steers quite well, but bear in mind it is a bus.
Oh no.
And the best bit, as Izzard will discover in a moment, is trying to find the rear view mirrors.
Looking. Oh,
up,
yes.
Up. Wow, it pulls away better than the Mini in the wrong gear.
Oh, it's like playing Euro Truck Simulator.
Only racing. I haven't seen an articulated lorry yet. It's possible the engine can't do it yet. And the turbo is just awful, so try not to listen to it.
Oh, that's clever. They've got oval analog dials somehow.
It's actually that's just a digital dial. It looks retro. That's all. Wait,
The terrible aspect ratio.
Adster is the Dario. Well, I mentioned this when I drove the Mini. I was blown away by how good the dash was, because it has this astounding system that's the best graphics I've ever seen, that simulates the look of a real analog dial. I was absolutely blown away until the sun hit it and I realised it was an actual analog dial. And I was like, oh, I was really impressed by that. Are we starting the race?
You really feel like you're sitting forward of the front wheels, the way it sort of bounces over curbs and stuff.
You are sitting forward of the front wheels.
Yeah, and you really feel that. Feel like it is.
Adster has chosen a bus, but he appears to have chosen the wrong bus, amusingly. Bear in mind, there's not a lot of room between you and the vehicle in front, so good luck pulling away.
Fuck.
No, you just got to drive through penalty, Andy, go on. Given the speeds we're doing, it's not going to make a lot of difference.
This is true.
Brake! Yes! I have... Well, I don't know, I do have significant overlap, but I'm not sure what the definition is in a bus.
Same as a limo.
Bloody hell. So, there's using all the track, there's squishing, and then there's going a full bus width off the track onto the off-road where I was.
Gives the arms a good workout.
Yes. No!
Oi!
There's a bus there!
Oh, that's aggressive.
What was I supposed to do?
Oh,
Ooh, there's like 3 buses.
Typical, isn't it? 3 come along at once.
I mean, to be fair, checking your blind spot is... I can't actually turn around in my chair enough to look back down the bus.
I think I have to start braking like here, otherwise I'm just not going to make the corner. In
Or
fact,
hit
I
another
braking
bus
there
that
and
slows
still
you
didn't
down.
make the corner.
He's another bus.
I feel that this bus should have a rear view dash cam. Which I suspect real buses do have.
Yep, and CCTV on all the passengers.
Hey, Ducky. Did we work out where Ducky was from? I think it was Russia.
I might be mixing them with other people. I'll refrain from guessing.
Brake! I'll tell you what, when you hit second gear, the brakes suddenly get very, very good.
Oh, no.
Have you tried going through the tyres on this car? Because it's quite a lot heavier. But I actually found this bus quite fun to drive, and I didn't think it would be. I thought it was going to be awful, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They could just do a hatchback version. That'd be great.
Hatchback bus.
Oh yes, drifting! Look at that! Oh wow! Who's just behind me? It's Schalke. Schalke, that was an impressive wiggle. I'm going to start braking at the word
Whoop.
pits. Yes, that seems more like it. Yeah, brake at the word pits on the floor for the corner. Another option for the vehicle mod should be sort by last update.
So people would want to drive unstable cars.
Well, no, because then you can see the vehicle that you haven't driven because it was knackered has had an update. I'm assuming the number after the tilde is the
Version number?
version number. Yeah, sorry, I've just noticed there's a weird line across my vision again.
Oh.
Oh God. Yeah, we're in the Oni. Though I think all the buses are probably about the same, but the other bus weighs 4 times as much as this bus. So you know, feel free. Ducky, choose the Oni bus. Begins with ONI. It should just drive like a normal car, though. Like with many of the longer vehicles, when pulling out of the garage, you have to go forwards first and then turn. But yeah, my left leg is beginning to ache because I'm having to really stand on the brakes, which I don't normally do, for quite extended periods of time. Andy, did you not do your stop-go penalty, you pillock?
No.
Oh, Schalke, please clip that. I just drove into Az has picked a car. but I went sort of up and over him. So how does in a car? I mean, my solution to this is not going to be to kick or block him. It's going to be just to not slow down for the first corner.
Is there a collision back there?
Yeah, I was distracted.
Ah, I can't. The thing is...
He might be gone.
That's alright, that's what the kick button's for. The thing is, I don't want to get a loss on my record because somebody else chose a vehicle that's much, much faster. If I come in third, how the hell did you land on your wheels, Ducky? That was amazing. How much suspension did you just lose? Greece, maybe he's... What's the AS? Afghanistan? Where was Hitler from? Austria. I'm going to say Austria. Austria, Ducky. The team. Austria, the team. Okay. Or do you mean the arse team?
Going straight?
I do have a special appreciation of people who can type messages in this game and still maintain a fairly decent racing line. Oh no! Are you off far, Andy?
Right, so
well,
we're on different working hours this year, so, well, for the first part of the year. So, early starts.
You're not working from home if possible, like the government said.
No.
Okay.
That would be silly.
It would be silly because obviously you can't work from home. We've proved that last. Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, no, we don't have several months of proof that we can. But
Yeah.
We don't.
Well, best of luck. Hope to see you again soon. We're doing a game
likewise.
tomorrow called Ember. I think it might only be 4 player, but it's on Game Pass. It's about putting out fires, and it looks rather funny. So if you're around, always welcome to join.
I will have a look and let you know if I'm around. Alright, catch you later.
Night night.
See ya.
Please let me.
Are we trying Surgeon Simulator at some
Oh
point?
yes, definitely. Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry, Si, I touched you a bit there.
Oh, I went to the pits anyway. Oh, is that what caused me to...
To spin out, yes. Because
okay.
you weren't letting me past, and I tried to squeeze past and it didn't work.
No worries.
Schalke, you snort, but he had a blue flag warning and should have let me past. Thank
Well, that's why I
you.
pitted.
You snorted.
I'm just imagining you arguing with the marshal.
He
But
should-
he was
he
not
should
letting me pass!
I know, but that's why I had to clarify he had a blue flag. Rather than just, well, I felt I should have been in front actually, so I just drove through.
Yeah, you don't win a race by giving away all the time.
Yeah, no, Surgeon Simulator, I did play it briefly in single player, and I'm like, this looks like it's one of those games where I wouldn't want to play it single player. Like, I like Icarus.
It's awful single player.
Well, because we're playing Icarus multiplayer, it's fine. One person can build a house, one person can go hunting, one person can focus on mining, rather than having to sort of juggle doing all the things and working out the order. And this is the same thing. Like, you have to saw bits of the patient's off and open up the ribcage and find the tools and keep his blood levels up. And it was
Right, this is my review of Surgeon Simulator in single player if you don't have anyone watching you play and you're not streaming it. Heh.
Yeah. The VR one was pretty good. The Meet the Medic in VR, that was pretty good. But Surgeon Simulator 2 is very different. It's more like a weird Portal-esque world with cooperative, story-based puzzles and missions and things. So it's not what I was expecting, but it's on Game Pass, so I thought I'd give it a bash. Yeah, Meet the Medic was fun in VR. AS means amazing stunts. Where are they? I've got a good stunt for you. How about that? Oh, wow. I could have ended reality. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. What I do like about the motion rig, I can feel the soft, bouncy suspension of the bus. It really feels different. Let me give me 30 seconds just to look through some mods, because there's a lot more than there were. Let me sort them by date of initial or final. 9/11. Okay, cool. There's a. Oh right, so the zombie's actually a new one, and it is awesome. Carts, JDM, supercar.
UF diesel truck's got the highest rating.
I don't know why. The electric. Oh, the electric. Open wheeler is absolutely superb. So many bikes. There needs to be a category for bikes.
I'll do one more car, so if we can do an EV, that would be good.
Yes, I just need to. And if I go to approve, is it staff picks maybe? Not the e-challenger. That one is just a nightmare. I think it was the bottom one. No. Yeah, the Formula XRE. Absolutely. I think this is the one. I hope so. Absolutely superb. But they haven't implemented regen yet. Fuel, charge is just done as a fuel hack, so you can run out of fuel quite easily in it. But yeah, I like these the same reason I like real EVs. You don't have to futz about with gears. You always have all the torque all the time. You're just going to be careful how you put your foot down. And my favourite car in Forza is the Taycan for the same reason, because it's just it's objectively better. Like you know, it's just not having to worry about can I pull away, just am I going to wheel spin, which you will. But when we did it before, it doesn't have regen, so you can't. So you can run out of battery if you hoon it. And then after a while on the dashboard it pops up the hack. So I have 53.0% battery, which is 15.0 litres of fuel. So it's not working, they need to patch it. It does have reverse though, but that's it. And you can't rev the engine. Incidentally, Si, in your EVs, when you're stopped, do you think the fans are too loud? Like the keep you warm type fan, like the AC fans? It's the only thing I can hear, and I feel they should have done a better job making them quiet.
I have it on lower setting anyway, otherwise it would.
They just feel enormously loud, but I don't know if that's just because everything else is quiet.
Yeah, I think so. Great start there.
Sorry, Ducky's also lost it. But yeah, if this when these get regen, which is being implemented, then it becomes interesting. Then you've got the 50% battery, and if you hoon it, you won't make it all the way through. I'm still surprised they haven't got cars, for heaven's sake. Not on this car, obviously.
I like the wind noise picking up. It's nice to hear that so clearly. Whoa. Okay, Ducky just launched into the stratosphere. Oh! Did not. Okay, join the spectators just in time there. Not before I break though. Come on, Ducky, you know the rules, and so do I.
I wonder if the batteries weigh stuff in this. I wonder how extensive the hack is. Like if you can set the weight of the fuel to 0 even though it has 14.3 litres of fuel left. So one of the interesting things about my Impreza on track is it's loud. It's very loud. It's usually within a dB or two of not being allowed on the track, but I can't hear the tyres around corners, just the engine, which is not actually what you want. I've always lamented the fact that it is a bit too loud.
Have you tried this on the long straights?
It tops out. It tops out on this. You
Yeah.
can see the rev limiter kicking in. If you take the corner well, I haven't yet. I've just sort of seen it stop. But so you get the rev limiter lights up one, but you can see it sort of go wider. Yeah, it's about 142 miles an hour. You're trying to change gear, which I don't have to. It's lovely.
Being too cautious, Schalke's gaining on me.
Oh. How are you anyway, Ducky? Did you have a good Christmas? If anyone tells me they don't celebrate Christmas, my response will be, have you considered changing religion?
To what though?
To one that gives presents at the end of the year. Duh. Oh no, I'm upside down.
That's a bit frustrating for you, Schalke.
What, you had finished?
Yep, close finish.
You had finished the race, right? Can't see anything.
Oh, no collision.
I suspect the tyres are raycast rather than collision objects. Because Unity has this issue, tyres only work downwards, not up. So they're
What's Ducky driving?
he's driving a monster truck. Did you want to try that?
Sure.
I suspect it will be rubbish around the first corner. MON. All mods. Yes, it's the XR GT Monster.
God, the engine sound.
What, on this one?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a really nice V8?
It's suffering from being lo-fi.
Ah, no. Some of the new cars have really nice V8 engines. Ducky, are you in internal view for this? This isn't possible. This you can't race this.
Give it a go.
But if you accelerate, you can't see the track anymore. It's kind of a...
Trade-offs.
Oh, you're cheating. I see. Does anyone remember what it is? The command.
C?
No, was it? No, it was slash.
Oh, so that he can't.
RCL. Yeah, because
Force.
no. Can anyone Google it? Force.
What's for force to cockpit view?
Yeah. Definitely. We only allowed it on for racing line. Come on, brain.
FCV, force cockpit view.
That sounds. Is it FCV equals 1? I think. Oh, FCV on. Parameter is not valid. Okay, FCV 1 then maybe.
Don't know. I'd have to Google it.
Parameter is not valid. FC. Let's see.
I mean, that was just a guess. That FCV.
I think you're right though. SCV equals on. Parameter is not valid. Damn it. To press F. Oh, right. Oh, it's FCV. Yes. For fuck's sake. Put in synonyms. Does that work? Can you switch out cockpits now? Didn't error, so I assume that has worked. Yeah, it says FCV. I can't even pronounce it now.
FCV, yes.
Yeah, but can you change cockpit? Can you change camera view?
I don't know. How do you do it normally?
C, I think.
Yes, I can change the view by pressing V, I think.
Ugh.
Oh, is it because you had to restart something or other?
Don't think so. I thought it was just thinking, but I will fix that on the server next time because you're definitely not supposed to cheat and use the third-person view. It's not just a little. Oh, I did disable it. Yes, it's not just a little advantage. It is an enormous advantage.
Oh, because it gives you. Okay, so you can still change view, but it gives you top-down and director view.
Top view does not seem very good. So I'm going to pull away gently from the lights. I wish you all the best of luck. So I'm sitting really high in my seat. Oh my god.
You guys.
I'm on the wrong side of the wall, but it's okay, it doesn't have any collision.
If you accelerate gently and keep accelerating, you can go really fast, but then you're in trouble, big time.
Yes. I've seen real.
This would be extreme, but not this extreme.
I've seen real monster trucks, and I can tell you one thing for a fact: they do not do 60 miles an hour. None of them. Like most of the stuff they do is at about 15 miles an hour. Like I'm currently doing 50, and it feels very slow.
It's really awful brakes as well. Right, I think that's enough for me. I've got the things I want to play, so I'll bid you farewell.
Okie dokie. It's alright down the straight, but this is not a good
but
car.
then you have to deal with all that speed somehow.
Well, yeah, you slam into the wall at the end, get respotted. Yeah. I'm gonna have a back look through the cars.
The bus is better.
The bus is awesome. I was really surprised that the bus was not the worst thing ever, but it's actually really good. What if you're off to play then? Anything good? Is it poker?
I've got a couple of VR games off Game Pass that I'm going to have a look at, and a Township Tale I bought the other day and I haven't managed to try yet. Otherwise, I'd be playing Demio, which is excellent Dungeons and Dragons.
Any multiplayer
tabletop
VR
thing.
games?
Yeah,
on Game
that
Pass?
is. Don't know.
Because I don't think
I don't know. It's worth a look,
because
isn't it?
Power Wash Simulator, if they added multiplayer and VR for that, I'd get that in a heartbeat. That'd be great fun.
Yeah, I saw a video of someone using Vorpex with it, and it was like awful, but at least it gave you a stereoscopic view. It was like, this game needs VR so badly.
Well, they're all written in Unity or Unreal. It's just a tick box. That's the worst thing about it.
Yeah.
I would.
All right. See you later.
Bye. I'd like to try the Porsche 911. I mean, the Blackbird. This one actually looks like it might have a different shader on it. Interesting. Oh, it's got a bloody red skin. New. That's the one. What are you doing? Wait, so the car comes with a red skin that you can't change the colour of it? Or a black skin that you can't change the colour of it? You complete moron.
It's black. It's in the name.
No, it isn't. It's got an LSD. One does not drift with an LSD.
You want an LSD?
Limited slip differential. When you're drifting, it's in a locked differential. I mean, it's got too much power and it's rear-wheel drive. I mean, if you lock the rear, I'm sure it makes a great drift car.
No, I can't manage to learn that. I was driving the previous car.
Still?
Yeah. Blackbird.
Yeah. You can have it in red or white. You can't change the colour, which is just like, what are you doing? But yeah, this is a Porsche. It's a rear-wheel drive, rear-engined car, so it wants to spin. No, Ducky, I can't believe you've been cheating all this time. There's a reason you force the internal view. External view is such an advantage. It's not even funny. You can see exactly where you are with regards to the edge of the road. You can see exactly where everybody else is. You can see further. It's ridiculously advantageous. This is the real racing sim? Is that what they call it? Is that their tagline? I can't remember. It's not live for speed. It's need. No, wait. This. It's not need for speed. It's live for speed. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, Shaka, poor Esmia went into the 5-hour prospect and didn't log in the 5 hours. Shows she lost her character. And I was like, I'm really sorry, I should have hammered that point home more. Wait, how the fuck did Ducky do that? He launched away like Mr. Ultra Lag. So I've driven one of these. And this is kind of how I drove it on racetrack. And I was the only person on that day who didn't spin his Porsche, because I drove very, very slowly. Yeah, we should probably restart one, because he lagged into you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's what it wants to do. Once you get on the boost. Whoa, sorry. Brake balance is off too. Hello, spectators. Oh. Well, it's been a while since I've had to retire to the pits in a race.
Car reset is on. Or is that considered another cheat?
So what's on?
Resetting the car.
I don't really know what that does, but yeah, that wasn't supposed to be on. I need to check over the server ones. I haven't really looked at the server settings much since we've moved to the dedicated hosting. I think, to be quite frank, the VW bus has been my favourite one of the evening so far. And I was going to finish early because, as I say, I've got to be up tomorrow to take my car to the garage. So I think what we might do after this one is another race in the zombie bus, which I actually think was genuinely good, like genuinely fun to drive.
Nah, this will be last fun for me.
Well, I will do one more then. But yeah, I've not been sleeping very well because, unfortunately, Icarus, it's one of those games where you just go another 5 minutes, another 5 minutes, another 5 minutes. Oh bugger, it's 1 o'clock. But I do have to be up tomorrow. I said take my car to the garage, which is ironic because I'm getting USB sockets fitted to it. Which is it's a very modern thing to get done. No ABS either. Yeah, this car is very much a Porsche 911. I always used to love Porsches, like genuinely, Porsches are beautiful, until I drove some, and then I could not believe how shit they were. I was genuinely surprised, because I had always thought they were amazing handling sports cars, and they're not. They're designed just to go fast on the autobahn and look pretty. And that really saddened me. Never meet your heroes, never drive your heroes, as the phrase goes. But yeah, hopefully Ember is fun. It looks like it might be rather... not quite a rage game, but like a multiplayer hilarity. I don't know if you've ever played Magicka, but when you play Magicka properly, which almost no one did, it was great. Because you were trying to be helpful, and then you'd end up killing your teammates because you were trying to be helpful. And that was genuinely funny.
What people ended up playing instead?
What, Magicka? The thing with Magicka is you realise there are only about 2 spells you needed. Do you remember Magicka? You had to do like...
Yeah.
You had to do like element, form, modifier. But once you realised you can just do steam beams, so you just didn't do anything else. You just went steam, steam, steam. But it had loads of stuff. Like you would try and encase your mate in a healing aura, but instead you'd accidentally put it inside a shield. At the same time that he fired off a laser beam that reflected around inside it. So it was a shame, because if the game had required you to use a great variety of spells rather than just memorise one really good one, it was really funny.
No.
Well,
Balance can ruin a lot of games. Who makes
Yes.
them?
Well, unfortunately, they did a bunch more games after that, which was a shame because hadn't really finished the first one to a great degree. But yeah, it was probably one of the most successful X and A games. Anyway, I'm going to do a race of the zombie, and then I am off to bed. So, Ducky, if you want to join me in the zombie, it's rather fun. Tad, I mean, the Stingray. I mean, again, if you're on a road with a Stingray, awesome. On a racetrack, no, massive tail heavy nightmare. But yeah, the inside of this car is probably one of the best modelled ones I've seen in Live Speed so far, which is not saying much, to be fair. But yeah, I don't know if you were there, Shaka, but I've said my New Year's resolution is to buy more games this year and to stop only buying games for like 12 quid that I get 100 hours play out of, just to try ones that are £5 for an evening and to try and sort of embrace a wider variety of games than I have been. Because I'm very guilty of just sticking with, you know, Borderlands, 60 quid, 1,000 hours of gameplay. Diablo 2, you know, 5,000 hours of gameplay, 40 quid, whatever. Whereas we played Mindustry with Sai, who just said, you know, I played it for 3 quid, I paid it for 3 hours, I got spent a £5. That's fine. You know, that's a perfectly valid amount of gameplay. So I want to try and look at more games this year. I don't have any suggestions yet, because Game Pass is still throwing stuff at us thick and fast.
So the payment and entertainment ratio is good.
Well, it's just because I end up only playing like the very best games that I think will give me tons and tons and tons of entertainment. And I realise I've set myself unrealistic pound per hour. Like, if you think about Mindustry, how much does Mindustry cost us per hour? Like, it's a tiny amount. I mean, even Icarus is now super duper cheap. You know, if I never play it again, I shouldn't feel like I haven't got my money's worth. I'd say with Mindustry. But I bought like a shmup pack the other day, and I played all the games in the pack once, and I probably will never play them again, but I shouldn't feel ripped off. That should be computer games for you. You know, 5 quid, whatever that is, $7. You play it for an hour, that's still pretty cheap entertainment. So that's my goal, is to try and play more games. And yes, I realise... Well, yeah, but I realise so far this year we've just played Live for Speed and Icarus and nothing else, so it's not going according to plan. But yeah,
A lot of games can be like the tiniest investment, even if the game would be free but requires time investment. That can make a bad game.
Yes, I mean, well, we found that when we did our 100th episode. Remember when we played a whole bunch of really awful games, some of which we, you know, us 6 or 7 joining was the entire community playing that evening. But yeah, I'd say with Icarus, I think the actual survival bit is all right. I don't think it's brilliant. I don't think it's bad. I think they've done a fairly polished example of the genre, but the metagame, I think, is interesting because it's a bit like a permanent Ark or Rust base. The fact that you can log on, do a bit of, you know, resource gathering, and then log off, and we can each sort of help if you've got, you know, 10 or 20 minutes spare. I think that's really cool. And I'd like... It's a shame that Mindustry doesn't have that. Like a dedicated Mindustry server where you can just join in, do a bit of work on one of the worlds, and then log off. So I like that, and I've been sort of thinking about that for another game I'm doing, that perhaps I would implement asynchronous multiplayer, so you've got a, you know, a massive factory on multiple floors, and you can just log on and then twiddle with one of the floors and log off. So that part's very interesting, even if I said earlier the UI for it is absolutely awful, which it is. Hence why 66,000 people accidentally lost their character so far. Oh, over Christmas. Then we'll see if they revisit that. Oh, damn you, ducky. Brake very hard and put the car a bit sideways. But yeah, Ember tomorrow. I can't remember what we got planned now. Something different. Well, it might be Icarus on Wednesday and Live for Speed Tuesday. I think I'm away Thursday. Yeah, I'm probably away Thursday night, so I don't think I'll be around there. Come on, little car. I have slightly more speed, but not much. Awesome. These are lovely little models. I mean, they're not legal, but they are very nice. And as I said, this is what I'm hoping to buy, is the new electric one of these that's coming out. Well, it's launching on March the 9th, but what launching means is anybody's guess, so I shall see if I can get to test drive one. So I think they look nice, and I'll probably get the same colour as Ducky, the green and white. But yeah, thank you for coming along, Ducky. Thank you to all the people watching. Bear in mind we do this regularly, so if you're not, please like and subscribe. Ring the bell. Is that what they say? And we're back tomorrow playing a apparently silly game called Ember, or Ember.